everyone, it's Tamika, and in case you didn't know it, I'm the owner of a hair salon in Georgia, and I specialize in encouraging and inspiring and helping women grow their hair to longer lengths. So I want to give you guys a glimpse of some of the work that I do and show you some of the women I've actually helped. So stay tuned. So now that you've seen the inspiring stories of other women who have encountered problems with damage, breakage, hair that won't grow, hair that stays at the same length, let me go on ahead and give you some tips that can help you get to the length that you desire and the health that you desire for your hair. One thing that I would like to stress is that our hair likes routines. Our hair likes to be treated the same over and over and over again. It basically likes to be left alone. So it's very important for you to find a good routine for your hair, stick with it, and do that routine over and over and over again. And when you do a routine over and over again, your hair thrives and it rewards you by being healthy and growing. So stick with your routine. Another thing you need to do to keep your hair healthy and to prevent breakage and damage and things like that is to make sure that you shampoo your hair on a regular basis and deep condition your hair. Deep conditioning is a step that a lot of people skip, but it's very important because when you deep condition, it really melts the conditioner into the cuticles of the hair, causing it to be highly moisturized. When your hair is highly moisturized, it's less prone to breakage and damage. So you want to make sure that you're deep conditioning your hair on a regular basis. And I always consider pretty much any thick creamy conditioner a deep conditioner. So if you would just do the deep conditioner by putting the conditioner on your hair and then a plastic cap on your head and sit under the hooded dryer for like 15 to 20 minutes, then there you go. There's your deep conditioning. Or if you don't have a dryer, then you can always just put it on your head and wear it overnight and then rinse in the morning time. So very important step that you cannot skip. Another tip that I think is very, very, very important is to limit the use of heat, to minimize heat. Heat, if used improperly, can do a lot of damage to your hair, and it can, if you use it on a regular basis, it can cause your hair to appear as if it's not growing, meaning that your hair is breaking faster than it's growing. So you need to make sure that you get on a no heat regimen or a low heat regimen, or just minimize the heat as much as possible. And there are ways that you can do that, but I want to stress that you shouldn't be putting heat on your hair every day. If you're a person who straightens their hair, the only time I would recommend you doing that is on shampoo and deep condition day. If you wait to shampoo and deep condition day, at least your hair has been conditioned properly to be able to protect the strands from the heat. So just make sure you minimize heat, and you can just wear different styles, no heat styles, to help do that, or either just only use heat on shampoo and deep condition days. So if you shampoo and deep condition once every 2 weeks, then you can only use heat like once every 2 weeks. No heat in between. So it's very, very, very important to minimize heat, because if not, a lot of times if you use heat too much, then it makes the hair appear as if it's not growing at all when it actually is growing. It's just that it's breaking faster than it grows. I cannot stress enough the importance of being gentle with your hair. I always tell people, if you don't have time, especially on shampoo day, to be gentle with your hair, to gently detangle your hair, to gently shampoo your hair, and to gently go through all the steps, then postpone it. Because when you rush through your hair, that means that you're ripping through your hair, and when you're ripping through your hair, that's causing damage and breakage. And when you are trying to grow your hair, it's very important to prevent as much damage and breakage as possible. And so that means even on shampoo day, if you don't have time, if you have to rush, don't do it. I promise you, it will be a lifesaver, because whenever you rip and tear through your hair, there goes the ends. You need extra trims, all that type of stuff. So just make sure that you're being gentle with your hair. And even when you're combing and brushing your hair, be gentle with your hair. Be gentle with your hair, and your hair will reward you. So no rushing when it comes to handling your hair at all. One thing that I always like to recommend to ladies who are trying to grow their hair to longer lengths is wearing your hair in protective styles. Protective styles are great because protective styles gets your hair out of the elements. It prevents you from using heat on your hair a lot, and it just protects your hair from all of the everyday damage, and it kind of, in a sense, ties it up and puts it away so you kind of don't think about it. And there's lots of protective styles out there. My favorite protective styles are weaves, because you really get a chance to put your hair away while it's growing and still kind of look cute, and you're not really worrying about what's going on under there. So weaves are a great protective style. Other protective styles are wigs, braids, buns, and then you also have your semi-protective styles, which would be your braid outs, twist outs, and bantu outs, and styles like that. But protective styles are very beneficial because they give you a chance to put your hair away, so you won't be thinking about the in-between stages of growth. And then during the time that you're in the protective style, you're not handling your hair at all, so it's kind of getting a rest. So protective styles really, really, really help get you there a lot faster than if you were just wearing your hair out and about. So I recommend protective styles to everybody if that's something that you're willing to do. It really helps get you there a lot faster than just, doing the normal everyday routine. Another step that a lot of ladies miss is, and this is just as important as any of the other steps, and that's tying your hair up at night or wrapping your hair at night. Now, I know that a lot of people, especially if they go to the hairstylist on a regular basis, a couple of days before you're getting ready to go get your hair done, you wind up being like, I'm not going to tie my hair up. I'm getting ready to go get a shampoo to refresh, so it's no need of me tying it up. But you got it wrong, because tying your hair up at night is not just to keep your style fresh. It's also to protect the ends of your hair in your hair from rubbing up against your pillow, from rubbing against your night clothes, from getting damage and breakage throughout the night. So it's very important to tie your hair up, because it prevents damage and breakage at night, and it also keeps the moisture in while you're sleeping. So ladies, do not leave that step out. It's very important. And I don't care if you're going to the hairstylist the next day or in a couple of days, go on ahead and tie your hair up. Keep up with your routines. Your hair will reward you for it. One step that a lot of ladies miss while they're in protective styles is moisturizing their hair while in protective styles. I cannot stress the importance of doing so. Let's just say, for instance, if you're in braids or weaves and you go the entire time without moisturizing your hair while you're in the protective styles. So now come to takedown day. So when you take down your hair is dry and it's brittle and it's drawn up to your scalp because you haven't moisturized, and you've gotten all of your weave or your braids out, and you get to combing through your hair. Now, because your hair is dry and brittle, it's going to start breaking, and more than likely it's going to be matted up too. So the reason why you moisturize while you're in protective styles is to keep your hair soft, supple, and moisturized, so when takedown day comes, you won't have the damage that comes from trying to comb through or finger through or detangle dry, unmoisturized hair. So moisturizing protective styles keeps your hair soft, supple, and moisturized, so on takedown day, everything just glides through. And it's easy, and you don't lose a lot of hair. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking that, particular protective styles are harmful to the hair, but it's not necessarily the style itself, it's what you don't do while you're in the style. So you must moisturize while you're in protective styles. And also, if you're not wearing protective styles, or if you're wearing like buns or braid out, twist outs, and things like that, you must make sure that you moisturize your hair on a regular basis. Now, depending on what's going on with your hair or your hair type or what your hair likes, that might be every day, which I recommend putting something on your hair every day, or it could be every couple of days, or it could be 3 times a week. I don't know, you just have to choose what's best for you, but you've got to moisturize your hair on a regular basis to keep it soft and supple and breakage free. If you're going to keep your hair healthy and thriving, you must make sure to trim your hair regularly. Now, a trimming schedule is not set in stone. It depends on how well you take care of your hair, how much heat you use, and other factors. So some people, they can go, 3 months without a trim. Some people can go 6 months without a trim. Some people can only go 6 weeks without a trim. So it really depends on you and how well you take care of your hair. Trimming your hair prevents splits from traveling further up the shaft, so it's a very important step in the hair growth and hair length retention process. So make sure you get your regular trims. If you trim your hair on a regular basis, you'll be sure to retain most of the length that comes in. If you decide that you don't want to trim on a regular basis, say for instance, you only trim once a year, then more than likely you'll lose most of the length. I noticed that most people who trim their hair on a regular basis, they retain up to 5+ inches of hair as compared to people who don't trim on a regular basis and they only retain 2 or 3 inches of hair. So you make that decision in which one is better, to trim regularly or to just be scared of trimming. I think you should trim regularly. It's beneficial. Let me talk to you a little bit about what you should be putting into your body, because if you guys don't know it, what you put into your body also comes out through your hair and it shows up in the health of your hair. So if you're not doing already, you must make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. And they recommend that you drink at least 1/2 of your body weight. So if you're 100 pounds, you need to be drinking 50 ounces of water, and so on. And make sure too that you're eating healthy. Lots of fruits and vegetables, lots of foods with the element silica in it is very, very important for healthy hair, strong hair. And these things will definitely just be very beneficial for your hair and help it thrive and grow. Another thing that I want to tell you too is that if you're not necessarily eating healthy, or you're kind of eating healthy sometimes and not other times, it's important for you to take supplements. Any type of vitamin that's made specifically for your hair, or if you don't want to do a specific hair vitamin, just an overall vitamin will be great to help keep your hair healthy and strong. And there's plenty of vitamins out there that you can take from A to Z that keeps your hair healthy and strong. I have my favorites, but taking your vitamins on a regular basis keeps your hair healthy and strong, and keeps you healthy and strong as well. Last but not least, and this is one thing that I really, really, really notice in a lot of women that they don't do. Love your hair. Don't compare your hair to other people's hair. Don't compare your hair to pictures that you see on Instagram. Don't compare your hair to videos you see on YouTube. Don't compare your hair to other things, because what's going to happen is you're going to start wanting somebody else's hair. You must love the hair that God has given you, the hair that God has given you that is growing out of your scalp. You must love that hair. Once you start loving that hair and being patient with that hair and taking care of that hair, it will start thriving, it will start growing, retaining length, and it will reward you for all of the hard work that you're putting into it and for all of the love that you're giving it. Make sure that you love on your hair and just be patient with your hair, and I promise you, your hair will reward you by growing and retaining length. It takes patience, lots of it, but it's so well worth it. And a lot of people, they want to say that I'm not patient enough to let my hair grow that long, but I always tell people, time is going to pass anyway, so why not get there with long, strong, healthy hair? So I just want to give you guys a few bonuses about hair care and hair growth. I have been helping women. I've been healing hair for a decade now, and it's my passion. And I've seen everything from people with long hair that have a lot of breakage and they just need some help, getting their hair back healthy. I've seen people with over-processed hair, over-colored hair. I've seen people with severe breakage and it seems like there is no hope. I've just seen everything, dry hair, extremely kinky hair. I've seen everything from A to Z, every hair problem that you can think of. I've seen it from A to Z. And it certainly is my passion to help women grow their hair. And I love sharing and I love answering questions and just helping women tweak their regimens and helping women find out exactly what they need to do to get their hair on the track that they want to get their hair on. Oh gosh, it's just so amazing seeing a woman who thought that they couldn't have long hair to them getting to their goal length, whether it be armpit length or wash length or waist length. It's just one of the most amazing things. And I really, really, really enjoy doing those type of things. It's my passion. And one thing I always hear women say, especially black women, is that, you know, her hair is long because she has good hair, or her hair grows because she's mixed, or, you know, black women's hair grows slower and this, that, and the other. I hear those myths on a regular basis. And because I help women and I help women grow their hair, I see those myths being debunked on a regular basis. First and foremost, let me tell you that I don't care what race you are, whether you be black, white, Asian, Latino, Indian, whatever race you are on this earth, the average hair growth rate is 1/2 inch per month. Now, it changes because of certain things. It changes because of genetics. You know, because of genetics, our hair can grow slower or it can grow faster. It has nothing to do with race. And as a matter of fact, I have personally seen black women whose hair does grow faster than 1/2 inch per month. I've seen black women get 1 inch a month. I've seen black women get 1/2 inch a month. So a lot of it has to do with genetics and also diet. I meant to mention that. It has a lot to do with diet. So don't think just because, you know, you're a certain race that you're not going to, that your hair grows slow. It's not about whether or not your hair is growing slow. It's about whether or not you're retaining length. And because black women, we tend to have kinky hair, we tend to have coarse hair, it tends to make it seem as if our hair is not growing, but it is, because if you're relaxed, then you wouldn't need a relaxer every 6 to 8 weeks. You know, our hair is growing, it's just that we don't have our retention game on point. And once you get your retention game on point, then by all means you'll start seeing the length go down, 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 down. Before you know it, you'll be at wash length. Before you know it, you'll be at waist length. It's possible for any black woman. I don't care what texture your hair is. I don't care how damaged your hair is. I don't care how short your hair is. Almost every woman can have the hair that they want to have, the length that they want to have. Just be sure to do the things you need to do for the hair that's growing out of your scalp. Don't try to change your hair because you can't. But if you work with what you have, the hair that you have can be the length that you desire. Now, if you have issues such as like alopecia or balding or, you know, the hereditary woman pattern balding and stuff like that, that's a different story. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, you know, people who are just having like damage and breakage issues. If you've never had healthy hair all of your entire life, or when you were younger you never had long hair, then it doesn't mean that you can't have long hair. It just means that you never learn how to retain the length that comes in. But once you start retaining, just imagine retaining 5 to 6 inches of hair a year. Before you know it, you're going to be the brush length, mid-back, waist length. So yeah, let's get on the length retention bandwagon by taking care of our hair and loving on our hair. So guys, I love sharing, I love helping, I love encouraging and inspiring women to reach their hair goals. So if you guys have any comments or questions or anything like that, just put it down below, and I love answering the comments, and I'll get back with you, you know, as soon as I can, and with answer that might help you in some way, shape, or form. And look out too, I'm going to be doing my favorite products recommendations video soon, so look out for that video to come soon. And I just want every woman, especially every woman of color, to have long, strong, healthy hair, the hair that you know you desire, the hair that you've always dreamed of. And I just want you to know that it is possible. So I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed, amazing day. I'll talk to you later.